Okay, now we're coming upstream. We're going to be looking at the Weeks footbridge in 1 minute. There we go. There's Weeks. Now, technically the center arch and the right-hand arch are upstream arches. Generally, it's better to just go through the center arch all the time. Now, your point is, you can see the blue tower or the concrete culvert sort of between the tower and the bridge. That's your point. That's your point for right now. You are not aiming for the bridge again until longer than you think. This single is maybe doing out of the Charlotte piece and doing a fairly bad turn. If you stay closer to the Cambridge shore, you can make this turn earlier, just like I said, just like driving a car. Stay away from the turn, you can start it earlier, and it's a shorter course between this and the next bridge, which is a better course. So you're staying in for this culvert, and then as you get to about here, you can start to make the turn. Now, the easiest way to think about it is, for me, is to picture the boat going straight through the arch and then imagine the course backwards from that point. Imagine a videotape of it played in reverse. Possibly, I like to think of it, picture it from above and watch the course in reverse. So understand, we usually use the center arch. If you use the right-hand arch because of traffic, that's fine, but it's easy to get over into the Cambridge shore, so you need to make a fairly large turn here. Here, we're only going to use of the next bridge, 3 arches. Center arch is upstream, but generally you're supposed to only use it when boats are launching from the Weld boathouse, which is just off to our right now. Having said that, that doesn't really make any difference when you're supposed to use it. It's an upstream arch. We don't use it unless your coach tells you to. You're going to use the right-hand arch on this bridge, but you still need to stay away from the Weld docks. If you aim straight for the bridge here, you're going to have to make a big turn underneath it. Obviously, it's the same thing in reverse of what we've been talking about. You need to aim basically for the center of the center arch for right now, or possibly the arch between the support between the 2 arches, and then make the turn to go through this next bridge, Anderson, as late as you can. Either picture it in reverse, make the turn after you think you can, make the turn as late as possible to make the turn. However you want to think about it, you want to be going straight for the arch until about now, then make the turn to go straight through the center of the arch. I don't know what we're watching here. Technical difficulties. Okay, back on. Now we're through the center arch. Another way to think about it is have the coxswain's head go under the center. Sorry, I meant right-hand arch. Under the center of the arch in the beginning and in the end, so a straight line through the arch. Now, after we get by this little tree, there is plenty of dead space, dead water off to our right. You need to get past this tree, though. You need to get up here. I guess those were 2 trees, but you need to get past basically the second tree, and then there's plenty of room to win off single file up here. You can't win off before that because boats coming upstream, you'll be in the shortest course. Now, coming upstream here, a lot of crews preparing for head race season will be in the center of the river. Understand that they come out toward the center. There's plenty of room to the right. We're going to stay to the right. Now, the trickiest part here is coming up. Again, it's resisting the urge to make the turn to go through Elliott Bridge too early. Elliott's the red brick one. 3 arches. It's a little bit tricky because the center arch is upstream and the right-hand arch for us now going upstream is entirely closed. We never go through the right-hand arch of the next bridge. So we're coming up here, stay close to the shore, follow the shoreline, resist the urge to make the turn for the bridge. This is one of the most, one of the most frequent places in the river to have boats do stupid things. So understand that if your coaching launch goes by you here, it's to get into a better position to see through the bridge and make sure nobody's coming downstream on the wrong side of the river, which happens because boats have difficulty making this turn. Happens to us, it happens to other crews too. If a boat's coming downstream in the center of the river, it's a dangerous situation. So again here, as we come up, you're going to see the bridge appear. You're going to still follow the shoreline and stay as close as you can for as long as you can. So if you made a straight line, if you took a straight line for the bridge, you'd be entirely on the wrong side of the river and in a very dangerous situation, again, because boats coming downstream drift out to the center. This is the Cambridge Boathouse. Expect crews to be either going in or coming out from this boathouse and not necessarily following the traffic pattern. So this is the bridge. We're going to go through the center arch eventually. Don't cut the turn now yet. If you cut the turn now, you're going to be in a very bad spot. So if you pictured the straight line that you want to go through the bridge, picture the boat going through the right-hand side of the center arch, a little bit to the left of the screen, so right-hand side of the center arch, and drew a straight line back, we'd be way off it now. You want to be significantly further right than we are. If you drew that line back, it would go straight into the Cambridge docks. So you want to avoid, if you drew that line, it would go straight to these docks. You want to be close to those docks so that you can make the turn and go straight through the bridge. You do not want to need to turn under the bridge, or if you went straight, you want to go straight perpendicular to the